What's up with y'all, man? It's the real DJ Gravy, man. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And we just get right into it, man, because I'm mad about this, bro. I'm hot right now. This don't make no sense. It really don't make no sense. Let's get to it.
So, ladies, this topic may have some people divided, okay? This is pretty big news. Recently, in the Bay Area, news anchor Frank Somerville is being slammed over the coverage of Gabby Petito. So it seems that Somerville wanted to add a tagline to the segment about the Petito case and point out the disparity in coverage of missing person cases of white women relative to women of color. And the disparity has also been pointed out by MSNBC host Joy Reid. While some say there is no problem in mainstream media, others are really upset over the unbalanced coverage when it comes to people of color specifically. Yeah. Now, do you guys feel that the mainstream media provides less coverage to those of color? And if so, why?
Yes.
More importantly, why do you think that is?
Because there's a lack of diversity in most mainstream newsrooms.
That's right.
And that's the reason why. And when we talk about, we're not just talking about black, we're talking about
Asian,
Asian
Latinos,
immigrants, indigenous,
Native American,
trans.
Native Americans
Yes, Bonnie.
specifically.
Yes. So
Oh, yeah,
we
there's-
really
bro, there's
have to
no
look
coverage
at
on
the
Native Americans on the-
diversification of
Ever.
newsrooms because people don't care. But I have to give a shout out to this man. He tried.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think there's no Native American coverage like out here in the Bay or like maybe in major cities that don't have, reservations around them or anything. Like, I remember I went up to, it's way up in the mountains. It's past Yosemite. My brother used to live up there, but we passed a lot of Indian reservations. My brother pointed to the mountains. Like, you see that right there? That's an Indian reservation. If you run in front of cops, and you run on a reservation, they cannot follow you. But they'll try to wait for you. They'll try to they'll do the best they can to get you, and sometimes they still do, but sometimes there's a bigger chance that you. So I'm guessing up there in a county like that, you probably have Native American news. But who knows? There's probably bigger news that needs to be worldwide that we don't know about. So I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat shit. Let's keep going.
He did try.
Yes.
He definitely tried. And can I tell you, he has an adopted black daughter.
That's what I was going to say.
So I wonder,
That
is
makes him
his
feel more-
perception a little bit more?
It's
And
exactly-
Joy
I
Reid,
didn't know
we
he
wanna
had
give
a
a shout out
black
to
daughter
Joy.
till today. I woke up and I seen the thumbnail about Frank Somerville, Uncle Frank, and I didn't know he had a black daughter. None of that.
Yes, we
She
do.
got a lot of heat because, but this is what happens when you are a diverse person and you bring something like this. Now it's a national conversation.
But that's exactly what you're saying, Lonnie, is that whoever is coming up with what the news stories are, if they do not relate or identify with that story, they're not going to pick that story up.
They don't relate. It's all Jewish, old or old-minded Jewish people that own and run this shit. This is not speculation. This is fact. I had to write papers on this in college. So, let's keep going.
Obviously, this man felt strongly about it because it hits home.
Right.
It hits home. And
Right.
that's my issue with these stories. I think naturally, the Gabby Petito story, I was so invested in it myself.
Now,
I came
why
here.
do you think? Because I feel like there was a movement behind her. Why do you think
Something's
people were
wrong with
so
mine.
interested? Is it because we had video and we could see interaction right before?
There was
besides
that.
the obvious.
But the other thing that really got me was the fact that the guy just went home and didn't speak.
Right.
So that to me was the thing that I was like, you're allowed to do that? That's
There's our-
legal?
yeah.
You could just come home and the girl's
Right.
missing and you can
Right.
choose not to speak?
Right.
So that was infuriating me. But this is the other thing. I think that it comes off more shocking when something like this happens to what people view as a wholesome, blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl. Like, how could this happen to her?
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So that's the
Then we're
shocking
all-
part. Versus you in the hood and you go missing. They're like, what'd you expect?
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
like that.
And
And
let's
it
be-
also sucks.
Go
that-
ahead.
Really quick, it just also sucks. You guys, the news that hits the actual news, like mainstream or local news, it's after most of the time, especially these days, that it's gone viral on our
Yes.
social.
Exactly.
Yep.
So you've got common everyday people who
Yeah.
are pleading, please see this case,
Yes.
please.
Social media is way faster than the news now. It's been like that since like fucking World Star, bro.
Absolutely.
And finally, when we make enough noise, they're like, you know what? Because it's popular and it's what they're talking about, then let's go ahead and cover it.
Exactly.
Not because they genuinely care about this needing person. I believe even stories like Ahmaud Arbery, we only heard that on the mainstream news because there's this video that went viral that was shocking for us to see when that had been going on for years and years before that.
Get murdered. Yes, I actually watched an entire Dateline speaking specifically about Native American women that go missing and how no one cares. And there's actually different laws and regulations because I believe they have their own police department. There's probably another word for it on reservations. So a lot of things just get swept under
the rug.
Yeah. So there's so many So there's so many things there that we definitely have to pay more attention to.
I believe in solutions.
Yeah.
See,
And I
so
think that we
so you say Native Americans have their own policing. That's effing true. Cause like I said, you run to the reservation. The regular cops can't follow you, but it's up to the Native American police to throw your ass back over that fence or not.
are developing solutions because if the news media doesn't want to do this, we have websites.
Power the people.
We have Power the People. Right now you have Our Black Girls, which is a wonderful database created by a journalist that has a list. There are over 100,000 women of color that are missing. Go to Our Black Girls. Go to the NAMUS, which is the Information Clearinghouse. So there are...
Over in D.C., we still got black girls going missing every month. I don't know if y'all remember that or not. A couple years ago, a little bit of coverage on that. Black girls go missing every month. They're being snatched up and they're being sold. Their organs are being snatched out of them. They're being sold. The blood is being snatched out of them and sold. If you didn't know, the main people who have the best organs and the best blood that are walking on earth are little black girls. If you did not know that.
Are things that are changing where there are databases where you can find people, where you can see people, and even the whole thing with Kelly Price, that whole thing that happened this weekend, putting her on the national list. The thing is, at least if we know about it, then we can do something about it. It's very important.
With that being said, I want to bring awareness to two people. An Asian woman from New Jersey by the name of Lauren Cho went missing. Please look into her story. Also, you have Maya Marcano, who just went missing, a 19-year-old girl from Orlando. She was actually supposed to get on a flight and never did. And these are stories that we only hear about on social media, and they never make it to the mainstream media. So please, you guys, look into these stories and see if there's anything you could do to help bring awareness.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe they slamming Frank, bro, like this. Frank is the man, bro. Frank is the man. Frank is so cool. I can't believe this. This is 4 years ago, 4 days ago, 6 days ago.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's a big breaking.
Hey guys, welcome back. Hey, make sure y'all go to Rohit Gupta. 12,000 views. Rohit ain't playing. Frank Somerville suspended. Somebody else did it 6 years ago, 4 months ago. Frank Somerville off air after slurring speech during newscasts. I'm not about to play that shit. His back was probably hurting. He probably had a fucking pill in his system because his back hurt. The nigga's 65. Stop, man. Y'all need to stop getting on Frank, bro. Frank is trill. See this right here? Look.
Hi, everyone. I'm Frank Somerville. The other day, someone left a comment on my KTVU Facebook page. It's a comment that was sickening. It's a comment that was filled with hate. And it all stems from this picture. This picture was taken several years ago. That's me taking the braids out of my daughter's hair. And every so often, someone reposts that picture on my Facebook page. And earlier, when it appeared this week, a guy named Terrence wrote this: blanking disgrace. I can't say the actual word that he used, but let's just say it rhymes with the word bucking. He then went on to say, shake my head, nasty ass cracker, touching sister's hair. Shake my head.
This is a black dude.
I don't even know where to begin with.
Somebody slapped this black dude.
Not angry. I actually feel sorry for the guy. He's so filled with hate for whatever reason that he can't look at this picture and see that what it really shows, all it shows,
Is a father.
is a dad who loves his daughter more than anything
Helping his
else
daughter.
in the world. Thank God my daughter didn't see what he said. But what if she did? She's only 11. How would I explain that to her? It's pathetic. Hate is hate. I don't care what color the person is who's saying it, doesn't matter. It's still hate, and it's still wrong. We always knew when we adopted my daughter that we might get some negative comments, but I can actually say that we've gotten very few. In fact, I could probably count them on one hand.
That's good.
I posted about what Terrence said earlier this week. I wanted him to know that I saw his comment. I wanted him to know that I could care less what he thinks, because I know that I love my daughter, period, and nothing else matters. The post ended up going crazy. It reached nearly 2 million people. 44,000 people have liked it, 3,500 people have shared it, and 4,600 people have left a comment. And one of those comments was from a woman named Say Smith. This is a picture of her with her dad.
Oh.
She said, "Thank you for your courage, Mr. Frank, for standing up for you and your daughter's right to love each other regardless of what anybody says. I was adopted at 3 days old and wouldn't change it for the world. Like me, your daughter was chosen for a purpose greater than anyone can imagine, and your courage will stay in her heart forever. God bless, Say." I hope you have a great week. Let's stop the hate, and let's stay kind instead. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I feel sorry for white men like him, because there's a lot of white men in this world that are making a very nice young man like myself feel very hateful. Tell you the truth, some of the things that come out of my mouth to myself or just about this world and pertain to white men, it doesn't come out too good sometimes, especially when I'm out in a open setting, only because I am scared. And when I say I'm scared, it doesn't mean like, I'm sitting there like, ooh, spooked, like, no, I'm saying when I walk into Walmart or a mall, if there's an open mall anyway, and all these malls are closing down, but understand what I'm saying. If I go to a food festival, anywhere where there's people, I'm looking for a white boy with a vest on. I'm looking for a white boy with a trench coat on. I'm looking for any weird white boy, any introverted off in the corner, switching his eyes around. Or, I'm looking for motherfuckers on the other side of the fence that's watching us. Like, okay, is it 2 or 3 white boys over there just watching us? Okay, they don't look like they're playing soccer or ball. They're not, they're just sitting there just keep my eyes on the motherfucker. Because as soon as he reaches into his motherfucking jacket or his waistband, I'm gone or I'm down. Because, come on. What happens? Okay. You got, black people, you do this in the hood, and you guys kill each other, and you drive-bys. Nigga, at least we keep it in the hood. Or if hood niggas shoot up a fucking club, they're looking for somebody going to shoot up somebody specific. They don't give a fuck about nobody else. And of course, a whole bunch of other people might get, hit by bullets in the process. Understandable, but they're targeting somebody with no regards to anybody else. So understand, I'm not talking about personal vendettas. I'm talking about terrorists. Okay? I'm talking about people that got an AK that want to kill everybody. And who is it usually? White men. Usually. I didn't say all the time, but usually. I'm not trying to play the mean game. I'm not trying to point the finger. I'm just letting you guys know how I feel on a daily basis. Other white people should also feel scared about their own white men, because white men not just coming up shooting only black shit. It's been a few of them, Old boy shot up the church. Old boy took his charger and ran down Black Lives Matter protesters. But most of this shit happens to most of these little white boys. They killing everybody, babies, teachers, everybody, and then killing themselves. But you got to understand some of the reasons behind it, because some of these kids been getting bullied at school, bullied to the point to where they want to kill themselves. They say fuck killing themselves. Let me kill everybody else first. Some of them got it bad at home. Moms and daddies just smoking crystal meth or drinking this shit, in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin or Aurora, Colorado, where it wasn't no good weed at first, All the little dude needed was some good weed to chill out, and his parents would probably stop yelling at him, and somebody to stop molesting him, and then the kids at school to stop picking on him. That's all you needed. It was just to, god dang, have some good days of life. But nope. I'm telling you, when I went to that white school, bro, when I got expelled from the hood school and I went up to the mixed school, it was mixed. Thank God it was mixed, but it was more white than where I came from. There were bullies. There were bullies. There weren't no bullies in the hood schools. There was problems. There was some. And if there was bullies, it was like inner bullies. It was like the clique that you hung with, you know, the top dog or the top dogs of the clique that y'all hung with, you know, when y'all played the dozens and talked about each other's mamas, you know, the top dog, you know, if you was the small dog, you would get, you know, talked about, picked on. But you wasn't getting picked on by the school. I remember when my little, you know what I'm saying, group of friends, you know, they would single me out for the day, you know. Today it was my turn to get picked on, you know, in front of other older children, other older classmates, juniors and seniors and stuff. They would come up like, hey, what the fuck is y'all doing bullying? Niggas, stop all that shit. Bro, I was saved a few times by some boys and girls that were older than me who thought I was getting bullied. Sometimes I wasn't getting bullied, but I didn't feel like roasting that day, and I wasn't roasting. But you know how you just have your days, you just don't feel like it. And then when they see you don't feel like it, they're gonna pick on you more. But understand, bro, I was never dumped in no trash cans. I was never none of that shit. Even the real nerds were not picked on. People like the ones that saved me would either save them, didn't even have to save them because they weren't being picked on. Somebody is going to get knocked the fuck out in the hood school if you messing with the nerds, the slow kids, the you know what I'm saying, the band kids, the choir kids. Because here in the hood, you don't know who that retarded kid brother is. You don't know who that band, the little nerd in band's brother or sister is. None of that. So you feel me? It was just a good time in the hood, man. You go to these white schools, it's different, bro. But look, it's about that time. This is long, man. Look, it's been over 15 minutes. Done talking, man. Free Frank, man. Reinstate Frank, man. If you go online, sign the reinstatement for Frank, man. Go to, I'll see if I can find it and I'll try to put it in the description. If not, y'all know how to use Google. I'm not about to sit here and play. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, bro. It's the real DJ Gravy, man. I'm about to get my day started. Holla, holla. Wham, wham. Uh-oh.